When I first had an idea of having a movie channel, the first thing came to my mind of reviewing almost all the MCU movies. I have already posted 4 Captain America movies because I like Captain America and also I like Chris Evans. Now I'm a grown up person and I've been watching Hollywood movies for more than 40 years, and that's a long time. Now, it's not that I have liked all the MCU movies. There are some stinkers and there are some good ones. Hello and welcome to my movie review of the first MCU movies, which came out in 2008. And I'm sure you already know the name of the movie, called Iron Man. Now, at that time, I didn't know that Marvel was going to build a cinematic universe, so I watched it as a standalone movie. It's funny how time flies. Anyway, let's get back into the review. You have to give it to the director that he really made a well paced, well balanced movie. There is action, humor, drama, world establishing, all in great balance. During my rewatch, I also noticed how down to earth this movie is if you compare it to some of the more recent MCU entries. It just looks more real than them. It's set in a world that at least could be real, which makes us care more for the characters and their actions. More explosions and obvious CGI effects don't improve a movie. So the movie doesn't feel as bloated as some other superhero flicks. When it comes to ranking the Marvel superhero live action films, Iron Man is for me up there with the better ones. It looks fabulous. The whole film is very slickly made with top notch special effects, which look like time and effort was really put into it. Awesome looking futuristic gadgets. And Iron Man's suit will be a guaranteed delight to anybody who is familiar or loves anything to do with the superhero. The script crackles with smart humor that doesn't go overload, all of which is laugh out loud funny. Yet the hostage plotting that takes up the first part of the film is intelligently written and somehow avoids being over serious or over familiar. The story has enough to allow you to emotionally connect with Iron Man, who I've always considered one of Marvel's most interesting and multifaceted characters, and has a clever mix of the comics' 1960s origins and the effects of contemporary war, which will provide plenty of nostalgia while also feeling relevant. RDJ's performance as Tony Stark to Iron Man is a powerhouse and one of his best, doing much with the smart dialogue while making the emotional side of the characters wholly believable. Gwyneth Paltrow is a good, loyal sidekick with wisecracks that don't come across as annoying, and Jeff Bridges is surprisingly very good in an against type role. Personally, the only disappointments were the useless character of Christine Everhart and the somewhat rushed and overblown finale that wasn't quite as thrilling as it could have been, other than that Iron Man was a classy addition to the Marvel canon and a great film on its own. With a B-list superhero, a risky lead actor, a genre that hasn't really done much other than, say, Nolan's Batman, this movie had a lot to prove. Wow, did it ever. It proved that superhero movies can be realistic, emotional, funny, and have highly entertaining action. I am so glad that Jon Favreau kept pressing the studio to make sure RDJ had this role, because he completely nails it. He effortlessly portrays the cool, sarcastic, alcoholic playboy that I don't even think he's acting. He's clearly not perfect, as he is the guy we think is awesome but don't necessarily want to be. This role is basically synonymous with RDJ now, because you can't think of Tony Stark without immediately thinking of RDJ. Iron Man wasn't a household name before, but thanks to RDJ's performance, it is now. This is all RDJ. He and he alone make Iron Man work. It's doubtful if anybody could have done it better. It's certain that he's made it next to impossible to replace him. My rating, 10 out of 10.